Welcome, folks. This is another episode of Rock Corner with me, Josh Reeves. Today we're going to be talking about tourmaline, which is what you can see here on this display. You can see a lot of the different ones we have here for sale, and we'll be discussing and talking about these. Tourmaline is a very interesting mineral because it's the only mineral that's ever been found that will not crumble or break or lose its strength at all when high frequencies are applied to it. So it's used a lot in scientific research. You have various different colors of it. Obviously, the most common color is the black tourmaline. And then your colored tourmalines, which are only found in certain locations around the world, are increasingly worth more depending on their size and whatnot. Now, just to give you an example of this, see some of these chunks like this of black tourmaline. These are nice big pieces. Now, the colored stuff, you don't see that in the bigger pieces, which is what makes it rare, because the colored stuff is definitely rare. It comes in a variety of colors: greens, pinks, purple, blue. The most rarest colors that form are what they call, it's blue, but they call it indicolite. You can see this. See the blue cap here. This is the biggest and rarest, most valuable piece we have for offer. This was actually valued at around $5,000 last year. You can see here. You can see the blue in the cap, and you can see this is cleavandite and quartz that's encrusted. And you can see when you go all the way around it here, the blue cap goes all the way around. This is what they call blue cap tourmaline. This is the rarest of the rare, especially one in this size. Again, as I stated, these here, you see these? Let me give you a little example. I'll put it next to these so you can see. Getting one of any kind of color of that size is extremely rare and extremely valuable. The second most rare color of tourmaline is what they call rubellite, which is this reddish pink color here. See if we can get a good shot of it in the light for you. You can see how small and tiny that is, but it's extremely valuable because of the rubellites are never found in any sizes like these, like this big one here, or any of these black ones. The rubellites are one of the rarest just because they're not found in size. We have that one. Then we have this one here. This is more of a matrix. They call a matrix piece, which is with the pieces still intact in the rock matrix that they form in naturally in the ground. So your rubellites are definitely one of the most valuable besides the blue here. And this is something like 900 carats. If you'd like to purchase this piece, we can get you a really good deal on it. Any of this stuff. And this one in the center here, this is another one that's classified as a matrix piece. And you can see, I mean, this is a fascinating piece because I'll try to zoom in. It's just encrusted with green tourmalines all throughout it. You could actually chemically separate this stone if you wanted and get tons of beautiful green little pieces out of it. Because, let me give you an example. These here are what we call little mojo bottles. They have 7 grams of Afghan tourmaline in them. See how small those little pieces are? Most of the time, for colored tourmalines, that's the average size. I mean, to get anything generally over the size of those in colored tourmalines is extremely rare and extremely valuable. So, as you can see, some of the other pieces we have here in the colored ones, here's the one. I'll do a little zoom. these are what they call watermelon tourmalines, when the pink and green is existing simultaneously. That's what they refer to that as, is watermelon. Those are very, very popular, very, very sought after. This is an interesting little specimen here. I don't know how well I can get it on camera. If you were to take this out and look at it, you can kind of see there at the top. See that black piece? This is what I call a pencil lead tourmaline. It's a pink with a black tourmaline formed inside of it. Really, really cool piece, and really rare to see the pink with the, the black inside of it there. The black tourmalines, these are all tourmalines, really. They're all great, and they're good to have around because they, if you get overwhelmed, this is like they're considered to be a good grounding stone. But the main reason why everybody should have one of these, and you can get these smaller pieces. We sell these smaller pieces like this for like $10. And then we've got the larger ones if you want the bigger ones like this. These generally sell for about $20. I'll show you something out of my own collection here. If you can see that. That's a massive black tourmaline log. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's a log. It's a massive thing. I don't have any of the logs like that for sale, but I can get them. If you got a couple $100 to spend, I can get ones that are that big with a nice stand and stuff. But that shows you. Here's another one out of my own personal collection here. This is a Rubellite tourmaline there. These are just some of the various stuff in my own collection. These are component pieces that are in the rock wall. A lot of the stuff that makes up the rock wall, and some of these here are actual rock wall pieces. But let's go back over here to the tourmalines. So these black ones, the main reason everybody needs to have like at least a piece of like this is because tourmaline blocks out. You can see the quartz. It blocks out electromagnetic frequencies and electromagnetic radiation and stuff from cell phones, computers. That's why I keep tourmaline all over wherever my electronic devices are, and in the corner of the house, wherever it's closest to where if you have a smart meter or something like that, it's good to keep some near that. And it really works. You really will tell the difference in how you feel when you keep some of this stuff on you and keep it around you and keep it in your house, specifically around electronic devices. And what else did I want to show you here? Well, these are interesting little pieces. I don't really want to take these out, but I'll see if I can get a picture of them. These are the rarest of the rare. In fact, this little set here I sells for $500 because you cannot find any more like these. These are the rarest of the rare. These are two specimens of watermelon tourmaline on what they call double terminated smoky quartz. Now, double terminated or terminated, a termination in the gem and mineral world, in the vernacular, means a point that has naturally formed in the ground. See those points? A lot of people see these stones like this. They see them at, gem and mineral shows. They think these points have been polished by someone. No, they actually form like that in the ground. So a terminated point is what you want. These are double terminated. Double terminated means that they have the point on both sides. These are watermelon tourmalines that formed naturally on double terminated smoky quartz. It's the rarest of the rare. If you type in Google search watermelon tourmaline on double terminated smoky quartz, a picture of these two rocks will show up. Not kidding you. Because from what I found, they're the only ones known in existence. So it's $500 for the set of those. The Rubellites I talked about here, if you wanted one of the Rubellites, the small Rubellite is $75 and the big Rubellite is $100. Now that's really a steal. They go for about 2 or 3 times that. The big matrix piece here, if you wanted the big matrix piece, the big matrix piece is $150. These guys back here in the little cases, the green one in the middle there is $50, and then the two ones here in the 2 cases are 100 each. We have the little 7-gram Mojo bottles for 50 each. Those have 7 grams of Afghan tourmaline in them each. Do the math on that. That stuff goes for about $10 a gram. So you're getting about $70 worth for 50. And then again, these big ones here, 20 for the big ones, 10 for the small ones. This big blue cap is valued around $500, but I'd be willing to let it go for anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. You just have to negotiate and talk to me about it if you really wanted it. And then we also have some of the individual colored stuff here. As I was saying, this is the same stuff that comes in the Mojo bottles. And you can see all the different fruit flavors and colors there are of that. But tourmaline is my favorite. It's my personal favorite stone. I love tourmalines. I just love everything about them. I love the color. I love the variety. They're only found in color in certain locales around the world. Brazil is a huge one for it. Some of these in the back of the cases are from Brazil. This one's from Brazil, actually, right here. I'm going to do a little zoom in. And the video is not going to do it justice. And then this one is from Paprock, Afghanistan, whereas this one. Afghanistan and Brazil are like the 2 big locations. There are 2 locations in America where this is found, one in Maine and one in California, the Himalaya mine. And if you get some stuff from there, it's extremely expensive and valuable because it just doesn't come up that much. So, but you can actually go to the Himalaya mine in California and mine for this stuff yourself, pay a fee. But it's real hit or miss on whether you'll find anything that's worth it. Tourmaline is also one of the component minerals of the rock wall, which of course makes sense when you think about the acoustical frequency properties of it and how I described you can apply high frequencies to this stone. It's the only stone that will never shatter, never break, even with high frequencies applied. So when you think about that in terms of what the rock wall is, it kind of makes sense that you would have this mineral in it. But yeah, we've got lots of stuff. We've got lots of awesome stuff. If you're looking for any specific stones, we've got jewelry, rings, all kinds of other stuff as well. Hit me up. You can email me, globalrealityshow@gmail.com, or send me a message here on YouTube. If you'd like to purchase some tourmaline, we'd love to sell it to you. So hit us up, leave a comment, send a message, and we'll get you hooked up. This is Josh Reeves. Let there be rocks. We'll talk to you next time.